Welcome back. In this video, we're going to take a look at the summary bar. The summary bar is an area that's included in both the spreadsheet style that we're looking at here and the window style logbook areas to provide you with information such as a quick look back information of a grand total and then 3 time elements worth of information. You can see the summary bar here in the spreadsheet style area located across the bottom of your logbook screen. If you click on either element, you can actually refresh the data. Typically it's going to refresh on its own, but if you want to force a refresh, you can do so. You can configure the summary bar, such as change the time values, add or remove fields that you want tracked. You can hide the summary bar so it doesn't appear at all, or you can the other option is to print the summary bar data. Well, let's take a look at configuring the summary bar, which you can get to as shown by the option by clicking the summary bar itself, or you can get into the flight log and then the summary bar window and modify the data in either of these ways to get in. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at modifying the data for the summary bar. Okay, as you can see, we can have up to 10 fields displayed on the bottom of the summary bar. Depending on the resolution of your screen, it might wrap to a second row. So pick the fields that you really want to use, and you can control your display as you desire. The default setup is the flight's hours, approaches, day landings, and night landings, and then you can specify the number of days that you want to have the value calculated. That is from the current day back 30 days. So from the current date back 60 days and the current date back 90 days. And then you can add other columns to include your custom columns as well, just by selecting the column, and then once you select a column, these areas will now become enabled so you can turn them on and modify the values. If you hold your mouse over top of your summary bar field, it will tell you that this particular one is flights, looking at your grand total, plus the last 30, 60, and 90. And then here's the hours. All right. Now 30, 60, 90 again is just the default. Let's go ahead and change it. Let's go to 120 here for our flights, and then what you'll see is the value. I don't remember what the value was last time, but now we're looking at the little pop-up display telling me we are tracking 30, 60, 120 as well as our grand totals. We're looking at 5,230 flights. The last 30 days I've had 6. The last 60 days I've had 13, and then within the last 120 days from today's date, also 13 flights. And then the hours the same. So that is the summary bar. Let's take a look at the window style logbook so we can show you where the summary bar data displays. It's a little different. Here we've actually put it up on the toolbar for you. So if you click your summary bar data, you can actually see the number of fields and then the option to configure the summary bar. In this case, let's go ahead and add a let's go with we'll go with day landings. Oh, we already have day landings. Let's go with something else then. Let's go with night, and then we'll leave 30, 60, 90 as the default. Then we'll come back in, and you can see our night column is now available. Total of 312.5, but we haven't done any night activity in the last 30, 60, and 90 on the summary bar. So as you can see here, both in the window style and the spreadsheet style logs, we provide a data element called the summary bar, which is typically on the bottom of the screen or up in off of the toolbar for the window style log, completely customizable by you based on the time periods that you want to have tracked, in addition to the grand total value, as well as the fields, so you can pick the fields that you want to track. So this concludes the video on the Logbook Pro summary bar.